welcome back. We're done with Omega for the time being. We'll be back there later. So let's explore the surroundings a bit, shall we? We've looked at this view before. I pointed out the Omega 4 relay and the fuel depot, but that's about it. One thing that I find very nice of them to have added is the percentages, which indicate how many of the planets in the system you visited. So it's no longer necessary to keep detailed notes about where you've been to make sure that you don't miss anything. Now you can simply look at the galaxy map, and any places that you haven't fully explored yet will be instantly obvious. Of course, besides important things like Omega and mass relays, there are still planets to explore. And that works a bit differently than before. Like I said before, we now have our tiny Normandy model here to move around. And when we hover over a planet that we haven't visited before, it says unexplored. And like before, you get a description of the planet. And like before, I'm not going to read all of those except for the planets that we actually land on. Now before, in Mass Effect 1, there were two things that could happen on a planet. Either you would be able to land there for a side quest, or you could use the survey button and then you'd get a valuable for one of the collection missions. Not so here. Here we have the scanner. The idea behind the scanner is that it's the primary way to collect minerals, and yeah, I'm doing nothing, which is why the game is thinking it's necessary to tell me how to play this game, as if I don't know. So this is how you get the minerals for research projects like ESO, Iridium, Platinum, Palladium. We need Platinum, of course, because of the medical bay upgrade that Chuck was told us about, which needs 45,000 Platinum, so let's see if we can find any. Well, this planet only has moderate results, so it's probably not going to be that good. So what you need to do is hold the right mouse button and move around and look at the scanner on the right to see if there's any rich deposits of minerals somewhere. But here we see that there's a pretty rich deposit of iridium and also some palladium in this spot. And then with the left mouse button we launch a probe.
In research projects, iridium is used to upgrade heavy weapons, submachine guns, and assault rifles.
And the first time you get an element, EDI will tell you what it's for. You can keep doing this until the planet runs out of minerals, which you will be able to see by looking at the scanner results bit in the top right. Currently it says moderate. If we keep launching probes,
in research projects, palladium is used to upgrade heavy pistols, armor, and cybernetics.
If we keep scanning, it will get less. At some point, it will reach depleted.
Probe launched.
See, now it's going to pour, which means we're pretty nearly done with this planet. It really isn't worth expending probes for small readings like this. Save your probes for the high readings like this one. You can pretty easily tell by the sound as well when you've got something worth scanning.
Probe launched. In research projects, platinum is used to upgrade sniper rifles, shotguns, and medical equipment.
Why platinum is used for that is unexplainable, but anyway. Once the planet reaches depleted, you know that you've gotten all of the big deposits. And finding the big deposits can sometimes be pretty difficult. And sometimes it's pretty easy. And it's also pretty boring. Not a good one, no. As with other boring things before, like inventory management and Mako driving, I will only show you this in full once. And will fast forward through it. It's kind of just distracting trying to look at the scanner and move around and talk at the same time. I'm not finding anything worth scanning. The reason you don't want to waste probes is because, well, they cost money, and it also costs time to go and buy them. Especially important if you're scanning planets that are not in the system that has the fuel depot. Is this big enough to count?
Probe away.
Don't think so. Oh well, that's I think that's enough of that. It's not necessary to keep going until it reaches depleted. It's also certainly not necessary to scan every single planet in the galaxy, especially once if you start out with the bonuses. And I think actually one of the patches also diminished the amount of scanning that you actually need to do. I do like to visit every single planet, just so I know where I've been, so the system will show 100%, and also there might be side quests. But I typically tend to scan only the ones that show at least good results, good or rich. I think you can pretty much get by with only the rich results. Here's a rich planet. So this one is worth scanning.
Probe launched.
And there we go, it's depleted. One of the main reasons why you want to stick to rich and good planets is because very often planets will have a similar amount of high yield sites, regardless of what they started out as. If they're moderate or poor, you would still get a large number of sites. It's just that the individual sites yield far less minerals, and they're also typically easier to find, the high ones. Of course, there's still stuff to find on this planet if you really wanted to waste time and probes, but not enough to make it worthwhile once it reaches depleted. Some minerals are more rare than others. Particularly element 0 is fairly rare. Now let's restock my probes. There we go. Before we go outside the system. Because we're at 100% now for Sahrabarik. Who the hell came up with that name? And we have some things to do in the vicinity, like scanning some more planets, but also we know of a side quest in the Favor system, and the Normandy crash site is apparently in the Armada system. That's something I would be interested in seeing, so let's go there first. There's quite a lot of planets in this particular nebula. Most of them have fewer. And you see when we fly in... Oh, I was going a bit too quick. Overshot the mark there. That wastes fuel. So when we fly between systems, we're using fuel, because apparently we're flying faster than light now. I'm assuming this is not to scale, because otherwise the Normandy is huge and shrinks when you enter a system. I also believe that the time scale is somewhat compressed, because interstellar distances would still take hours or sometimes days to cross with a regular FTL drive. So I'm just guessing that they're simply skipping those for our convenience. Let's see. Altura. Let's hope we won't find Wadicorp there. What we will find there, though, is the Normandy crash site. Not the current Normandy, the old one.
I have detected an anomaly.
The side quests, of which there are far fewer than there were in the previous game, basically all work by scanning a planet, looking for an anomaly. ED will always say if there's an anomaly when you zoom in on the planet without having to start the scanner, so you don't have to start scanner on every planet to see if there's something of interest there. You do have to start scanner to see what kind of minerals there are, if you want to know which planets are worth scanning. Let's see, this planet. Altura's crust is composed of carbon and water ice. While low density, its large size allows it to retain a thick atmosphere of methane and ammonia. It is believed that if Altura had acquired a bit more mass when the Armada star system formed, it would have formed the core of a second outer system gas giant. Altura has 3 moons: Uluru, Wangina, and Bayami. Okay. Cold place. We can still scan this place normally, but there's also an anomaly detected, which shows up like that. And the white indicator on my scanner indicates where to go to find it. And the dot indicates that you found it. Very often you will hear some kind of radio signal when you're over here, but not for this mission.
Launching probe. Scans have found something.
Anomaly detected. Scans confirm the wreckage of SSV Normandy on the planet's surface. No life signs or mechanical activity detected. Stable landing zone located amid the crash site. Let's go check it out. This is a solo mission. You don't take anyone with you. There's also no combat or anything. It's just a walk around. And, well, as the thing on the right says, we need to place the monument and look for signs of the 20 missing crew members. Well, at least it's kind of a picturesque place for it to crash. Here's our shuttle, the Kodiak. And I guess we should try and see what we can find. Looks like not an awful lot of it remains. A sorry sight indeed. Well, let's start there, I suppose. You get flashbacks in a couple places, and I think all of the places where you get a flashback is where you can place the monument. You don't have to place it here, there's multiple places. Well, let's look around first, so we can make a decision about where we want to put it. And we found something shimmering here, a dog tag. And apparently this is the proof of the fallen crew members that we are looking for. So we've got 20 dog tags to find. Let's hope I can find them, because I don't have a map or anything. Oh. Apparently you can only climb cover with your weapon drawn. see another blink over there. There's also a fragile crate. We can break those. And there are always dog tags inside of those. Let's go get that one. They give you experience. So collect them all for the highest amount of experience. I think I got 12 because of the bonus for playing the game more than once. Normally you would get 10. Quite an eerie atmosphere here with the music. Some kind of aurora effect. This is at least a pretty place to pick as the final resting place. Yes, this was the crew deck, the mess hall. Caden's old hangout. And you know what? I think that's a good place to put the monument. Honor the crew, honor Caden, who was, after all, the first member of the Normandy crew to give his life for our mission. There, that's the monument taken care of. But we still need to find the remaining dog tags, and of course we want to... where is that? Oh, there it is. Of course we want to look around more as well. There it is. Ah, the old sleeping quarters, I guess. Sleeping pods. Of course, this Normandy did not have a gunnery station at the end of it. There it is. It's quite clear that the Normandy was in pieces before it crashed here. Because otherwise, how did the front and the back of the crew deck end up so far apart? No pieces of the Normandy here, but there is a dog tag that managed to find its way over here. There are exactly 12 to find, so you can't miss any if you want to complete this assignment. I think you actually get an achievement for it, but I may be wrong about that. And somehow these cases of refined element 0 have made it over here undamaged. Well, that will save us some scanning at some point. And look at that, the Mako. I guess that means they fixed it after we parked it on the Citadel in a not so subtle manner. Or maybe we got a new one. In which case we managed to lose that one too. Well, too good for it, I say. I don't miss you, you old bastard. brick on wheels that it was. Although, I have to say, planet scanning, not an awfully good replacement. It's almost as bad. This does not look like a ridge I can climb. CIC, the old galaxy map. There are no more courses to set. Datapad. Journal by Navigator Presley. Unrecoverable data. Some junk. Data recovered. Spoke to the commander about this. Corrupt. All these damned aliens aboard the Alliance's most advanced ship. I just don't trust them. Espeth unrecoverable data, that damned Asari. And a Quarian. What does Shepard think this is? A zoo? Yeah, as you might remember, Presley was none too happy at first about our alien allies. More junk. With the Quarian, it seems she's on some kind of pilgrimage, trying to improve the lot of her home ship. I can understand that. I would babysit my children or anything, but if she has to be on board, I suppose that's not too bad. Sounds like he's coming around. And who wouldn't come around to liking aliens on board after talking to Tali? And the last entry. For a while now, I'm taking a look back at past entries in this journal. How blind I was at the time. I came on this ship firmly believing humanity was on its own in the galaxy. Shepard brought all these aliens on board, and there's no way we could have accomplished what we did without them. I'm proud to say, die for any member of this crew, regardless of what world they were born on. Here's to you, Presley. We miss you. Me and Kelly's nice, but it's not the same. Let's continue our search. There are more dog tags for us to find after all. Mustn't forget the ones that are in the crates. An N7 helmet. Shepard's lost N7 helmet was recovered. I guess I lost that. Is that the helmet I crashed in, or? It's a miracle that survived, but then so did I, so... Well, not technically, but still. I don't know what that is. How do I get up there? More element 0. And number 14. I think there were some more fragile crates around the inside here. So let's deal with this. If these crates are so fragile, how come they survived the crash? Explain that to me, BioWare. And there's another dog tag. Over here. Looks like the bridge. I'm guessing Joker doesn't miss his old seat, what with the SR2 having leather seats and all. I guess he is glad that we pulled him out of there. New Normandy definitely has seen better days. Only one more, which I'm guessing will be inside somewhere. No. There's the last one. And then we're done. And it's a good thing too, because we have also completed our circuit. This is where we started. So let's get out of here. Goodbye, old Normandy. You served us well. A monument has been placed at the last resting place of the SSV Normandy on Altura, and the families of all missing crew members have been notified of their ultimate sacrifice. Shepard's lost N7 helmet was recovered. We got 240 experience, 3,750 credits, 285 EZO, and that's it. Now, the only thing we got at the moment was an N7 helmet, which is taking up space in our quarters. I guess we'll take a look at it later. For now, let's move on. It's not really worth doing the rounds after side quests. Let's check the rest of this system. Damn it. See if there's anything worth scanning here. Not this planet. Actually, come to think of it, Altura itself was rich and I didn't scan it yet. Now this planet, according to my notes, has element 0. The last element that we hadn't found yet before. Element 0 is harder to find than most of the others. Yes, I know that. See, there we go. Quite a good deposit.
Probe launched. In research projects, Element 0 is used for bioamp and omni-tool upgrades, which allow squad members who have biotic and tech powers to be much more effective.
And now we've had the description of all of these elements. Now let's finish scanning this planet. I'm beginning to run out of probes. Worth scanning? Nope. And neither is this one, which is good because I'm low on probes, like I said. I guess next up we should go and check out Fazar, but before we go there, I would rather like to
Fuel at 1/2 capacity.
keep overshooting the systems. I'd rather like to restock my probes and fuel as well. Oh, I would have made it on fuel, but probes are in short supply at the moment.